Welcome to the Standing Out in Ohio podcast, where we discuss topics, upcoming events, news, and predictions with real estate professionals and entrepreneurs. Listen and learn what makes their companies and themselves stand out and gain advantages over the competition and gain market share. Subscribe for the latest news and discussion on what it takes to stand out from the crowd. Now, here's your host, Jim.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Standing Out in Ohio podcast. This is Jim Troth, and with me, of course, is Laura,
Hi, everyone.
The office goddess. All right. It is pretty much almost mid-December.
About 2 weeks, a little under 2 weeks to Christmas.
In Ohio, not the peak of the season for real estate here in Ohio or in most areas of the country. Down the south, it may be a little more even throughout the year. In Ohio, there's a slowdown because just the seasonality of it. And that's what we're going to discuss is that because this time of year, you have more time in your hands. What should you do with that time in your hands? If you're a real estate agent, a home inspector, or any kind of business person, there's things you could do to help yourself out. But first, let's listen to this.
Habitation investigation is the way to go for a home inspection in Ohio. Trusted licensed home inspectors for your needs, from radon to mold to warranties. For a great home inspection, you really can't go wrong. Visit homeinspectionsinohio.com.
All right, Laura.
Yes.
Slower time of the year.
Yes.
This is a good time of year to think about what happened this past year.
Yes.
Or maybe the past 90 days. You need to look at yourself every so often and go, hey, is that working? Not working?
How can I tweak it to make it better?
Yes. How are the numbers looking? We did this thing? Was there effect that we can attribute to that? You don't, and sometimes you just don't know.
Right.
But this is a good time of year to catch up on things that you do not have to do.
Right.
For us, we are looking at the website, making tweaks to the website, adding pages that are more focused maybe certain areas around Ohio to help that.
Yep.
A new website that is focused mainly on or strictly on commercial real estate.
Yes.
Inspections and property assessments for like larger buildings,
restaurants, things like that,
warehouses, hospitals, factories, lots of churches, retail stores. We're working on a website specifically for that commercial, real estate properties. The multifamily stuff, 4 and under, we'll still handle that with habitation investigation because that is
still residential.
Still considered residential as far as E&O insurance goes.
Yes.
4 and less is residential. But if you are a real estate agent, Laura, which you're not, but what things you see that real estate agents could do that would likely make their next year easier for them and save them time?
Okay. So, CBS codes. I cannot tell you how many times Amy and I hear, I don't know my code. I don't know how to get my code. Get your CBS code for your lockboxes, or better yet, contact the Columbus Board of Realtors or whatever board of realtor you work with and go, hey, I need to set my CBS code the same for all of my lockboxes, because then that way you don't have to worry about which serial numbers on which house, on which whatever, and you just automatically know it. And then when you're doing your showing time, if you use showing time, make sure you upload all that information to showing time. We had an agent the other day, the client called, scheduled after 4 o'clock after Amy left. And by the time it got approved, it was close to 5 o'clock. I was doing some application stuff and finishing up some things, so I didn't even get to look at stuff until like 6 o'clock. And the agent didn't have the CBS code listed.
Still not a long delay.
No, still not a long delay. So I looked at it about 6 o'clock, realized that it had been approved, but we didn't have the code. And so when I attempted to contact the agent, I was told, well, I don't know my CBS code. You're going to have to wait, and the office isn't open until 9 a.m. You should have contacted me during business hours. And I'm like, I can't control when the
Timing.
client calls and
Yes, yes. Well, and if we show up to a house, we can't get in because it's not the right CBS code.
they look
The
bad.
person who looks like an amateur is a
Yeah.
real estate agent for not knowing the correct code for their box.
And weekly, we have issues weekly with people not giving us the right access codes.
Yeah. So if an agent,
That's a big one.
so if an agent had their CBS codes in showing time, and better yet, if they were all the same,
Yes.
the agent would save themselves lots of
A lot.
phone calls and time trying to figure out what lockbox they have where in the CBS code.
You wouldn't need
And-
to keep the sheet to track stuff. You would know
No.
what your code was.
If they're all Jenny's number,
And there are
8675
people in Columbus that have that.
8675309, they're all Jenny's number. You're done.
know.
You can make up a system for yourself, which Showtime is a great system. Too many agents do not utilize it
To the fullest extent.
to the fullest extent that they want.
And
Or
I-
they should, to save them the hassle of phone calls at all times of the day, because we can get CBS codes in the middle of the night, right?
Yeah.
If they're on showing time, we
Mhm.
can get them. No need a phone call.
Well, and I know in the past it was, well, I don't want the CBS code all out there. But the fact of the matter is we're licensed. We have to go through a very strict process. We're fingerprinted as home inspectors. And, you know, if you can't trust us with the CBS code, you're making your life so much more difficult because it literally takes extra hours
Yeah.
to work on some of this stuff sometimes. Like I was literally working on that last night, a couple hours.
Well, and we have to tell a client that we may have to cancel inspection because we
And it
can't
came
get
really
because
close
we
to
can't
that.
get the access because or the agent doesn't know her combination, the CBS code for her lockbox or combination. That it doesn't help too many people there. One
Or
person
the,
looks
the
bad at
other
that.
agent ends up having to come out and let us in because I've had that happen where the listing agent didn't have a clue, weren't willing to come out and take care of stuff, and the buyer's agent was like, "Screw it, I'll just come out and I'll do it. I'll
Okay,
just be done."
so CBS codes. That's something for real estate agents
That's
to
something
do.
for real estate
For
agents
us
to do.
and anybody who's independent contractor or has their own business, get your website running, get it going, do a Google My Business page, a GMB, get the site running because that helps search engines.
Right.
If somebody does a
Oh.
Google internet search, it's easy for them to find you for that location.
Another one, you need to start getting reviews and you need to have them online. There is a huge push towards the internet and to finding people on the internet that have good reviews that other people have recommended. And most agents, you know, if I get a new agent that we're dealing with and I've never heard of them, I'll go and look them up. 9 times out of 10, they don't have reviews, and some of them may have been agents for years. You're not going to be found. You've got a
Wow.
group of people coming up that the majority of them, internet searches, Facebook searches, all of that stuff, and you need to be found.
If I did not know of any agents and I was going to buy a house somewhere and I looked up 2 different agents, this agent has 57 reviews. This one here has 1. 57.
Is gonna get
That
reviews.
number tells me that agent is a lot more experienced, especially if they're like 4.5 or higher. I'm like, there's a person to go to.
Right. Even
Plus-
if that
plus-
one is really good, that's just
Yeah.
one.
Well, when you have low numbers of reviews, say you only have 5 reviews, 4 of them are 5 stars and one's a 1, your average still sucks.
Right. You need to bury that
Mhm.
one with good reviews.
Bury it with good reviews. Which means you gotta have sheer volume of reviews coming in. So this is a good time of year also
Yes.
to think about what are you going to do differently this
I was
coming
just
year.
gonna say that.
Right? There's so many different things a home inspectors can do differently. The way we market, the way we contact, the way we advertise teaching classes, the way we make office visits, the charities that we may participate
to.
in. We have our charity set, and that's pretty
Been
much
set for
set.
pretty
Yeah, it's been
years.
set for us many years,
Yeah.
and we help out a lot of like kids, infants with those charities, animals, because
Yep.
you love the animal shelter
Yeah.
that we donate to. But as a real estate agent, or if you're some other kind of business, What are you going to do? And something that comes by the review that you should do at least once a quarter. Look back at what you did and go, hey, I tried this. I didn't get anything out of it. Or I got a little bit out of this one thing. We'll say postcard. I did the one postcard campaign. I got a little bit, but nothing closed. So, but you got responses. So maybe it's not the postcard doesn't need fixed. It's your your follow through, or maybe something's missing. You figure what they did, why they did not schedule with you, whatever it was. Find out what was missing, and then add that in. So it's like a constant improvement. Nobody built a home inspection company or a real estate team immediately and everything worked well for them. Nobody's ever done that.
I have another one. As a real estate agent, you are actually a small business owner. Whether you understand that or acknowledge that or not, that is what you are. Just because you're with Keller Williams or, EXP or whatever any of the other brokerages are,
Doesn't matter.
does not matter. You are your own boss. You set your own schedule, your own time. And as such, you need to track your numbers. You need to see what you offer differently from every other real estate agent out there, because there's almost 10,000 in just Columbus alone. So how do you stand out? How do you make your business shine? You've got some of these agents that have been around for 15, 20, 30 years, and a lot of them are literally just family members and kids, and they've got that follow up referral base now.
They got a good referral base.
They've got a referral base. You need to create something like that for yourself, but to do that, you need to stand out so that you start getting customers coming to you.
Yep. And it does. It's the same for every type of business. Constant evaluation and improvement,
Tweaking.
And what you can take. Hey, if I want to do, let's say there's an email campaign, you're gonna start doing for all your past clients.
Mm-hmm.
You need to set a schedule for yourself when you're going to do those things, and then follow up on that weekly or monthly, whatever it is, whatever skills you have. Make sure you have a check sheet, making certain you get that done. There's lagging indicators and there's leading indicators. Lagging is like, hey, what was the results from last month? That's a lagging indicator where the number is good. Leading is like, hey, did I make my phone calls? Did I send out my emails? Did I make my office visits? Like this week.
Did I put my time
this
into
week?
the office?
Did I do these things?
Right.
And those things, those leading indicators are the things that you do, are going to affect the future's results, which then become the lagging as time moves on. But you need to figure things out, tweak it, constantly do stuff. Be a home inspector. I mean, this is a good. It is slower, but this is a good time of year to plan what you're going to do differently for this next year for your marketing. Maybe new services you're going to offer.
Get your training done for that.
There's amazing number of homes that do not offer termite inspections
Or radon.
or radon testing. I mean, we know a guy's been doing inspections for years and years. He doesn't want to do any. He just wants to do the straight inspection. That's it. Nothing.
He subcontracts it all out.
He subcontracts it out, and it's bitten him in the butt a couple of times by subcontracting it out. Where if he did it himself, he would have more control
over the quality.
Yes. Yep. So it's individual decision what you want to do and don't do. Same thing for real estate agents. Are you gonna? I know one thing all agents seem to offer a lot is, hey, like a consultation on what your house is worth. Not bad. Very common. I think every agent will provide that. What can you provide differently? Could you do your house and provide comps with that? I've never heard anybody doing that. But that maybe that's something that's commonly done. Don't know.
Another thing is this is a very slow time of year. Home inspectors and agents need to have so many credit hours per year of continuing education. Get it in now, because we all know once busy season hits, we're all going to be insanely busy and you're not going to have the time for that. So things are kind of slow. They're kind of mellow. Get caught up.
Yep, get all your CE in that you need. I think I need 2 hours maybe until August, so I'm sitting pretty good on the CE that I got. But yeah, new services, new way of marketing yourself. How do you record your progress and what you do? That is probably one of the most key things is you kind of record your own behavior and know if you're doing the leading indicators that you need to push your business forward. I think that's about it. And it's not a bad time of year to meet up with a home inspector or some other business just to sit down and have coffee with them or breakfast. Bacon's great. And just get to know people a little bit because you have more time.
Right.
This is a good time of the year to build up connections because down the road you're going to need some assistance.
Right. You want to have people on your team that do a good job, that you trust, that you know have your clients back and that are going to take care of them. And now's a good time to meet up with them and to get your list all set up for the next year.
All right, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye-bye.
You've been listening to the Standing Out in Ohio podcast. Be sure to subscribe on Spotify or Google Podcasts to get new, fresh episodes. For more, please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or visit the website of the best Ohio home inspection company at homeinspectionsinohio.com or jimtroth.com. That's JIMTROTH, and click on podcast. Until next time, learn and go do stuff.